Guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
It's either Ireland or Israel out of Eurovision.
Threatened to withdraw from Eurovision 2026 if Israel are present. We're going to check out their statement as well as the new statements from Spain and Iceland. We also have news that Albania might be in financial trouble and lots of national final news.
Ooh.
We need a Eurovision 2026 news update. Let's kiki.
Damn, and Albania did so well.
Hi, my name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst, and you can find all this stuff on my Eurovision channel. Before we start, I gotta give a huge shout out to my patrons who keep this channel going in the off season. This news report would probably not be here if it wasn't for them. Okay, let's start off with the first story, and that is about Ireland. They have made an unequivocal statement that they will not be at Eurovision 2026 if Israel participate. So this came in a statement from RTE, the Irish broadcaster, this morning. At the General Assembly of the European Broadcasting Union in July, a number of EBU members raised concerns about the participation of Israel in the Eurovision Song Contest. RTE wishes to thank the EBU for the extensive consultation process that was initiated.
You guys said on Discord that also Netherlands said the same thing. That they said basically it's either Israel out or Netherlands are out.
On foot of that meeting and the extension of the option to withdraw from participation without penalty in December. It is RT's position that Ireland will not take part in the 2026 Eurovision Song Contest if the participation of Israel goes ahead, and the final decision regarding Ireland's participation will be made once the EBU's decision is made. RT feels that Ireland's participation will be unconscionable given the ongoing and appalling loss of lives in Gaza. RT is also deeply concerned by the targeted killing of journalists in Gaza and the denial of access to international journalists to the territory and the plight of the remaining
for
hostages.
this to be successful. How many countries do you feel need to pull out? Do you think?
I think Ireland is a staple. I think
Ireland's a staple.
7 wins. They're tied for the wins. I think Ireland is a staple. Netherlands.
I feel like it has to be like, okay, the one who just won last year.
Nah.
And then 3 more, so 4.
Honestly, I think
coming from the big group.
I think Ireland and Netherlands is enough.
Only 2, really?
I think they're both very stable countries, yeah. It would be one thing if like Lithuania and Latvia are trying for like.
But would they feel it monetarily? Or is just like
maybe not. They're not like exactly okay, monetarily they're one of the big 5 countries, yeah. That was it.
Were they listed as one of the ones who were thinking of pulling out? Can you go back to the ones he said? Oh, no, you have to go. Oh,
Spain, yes, Spain is one of the big 5, yeah.
Really solid, unequivocal statement. We've had some other countries which I'm going to talk about later who are threatening to withdraw. This is very explicit. We are going to withdraw if Israel there. There's no
they would have to say the statement why they're also withdrawing. It cannot be the withdrawal because they're not placing well either. Because I feel Spain will not possibly participate because they don't place well in Eurovision in the past recent years.
No, of course the statement has to be of course. Yeah.
Sandra Butts. It's super precise, super clear. This is a really impressive, strong statement from RT. A couple of things in the second paragraph talking about this extensive consultation process. So RT is saying that the EB is taking this seriously. They're really having a big dialogue.
Did Israel say they will participate? Or are they taking time off?
It's not up to them. It's up to Eurovision to not allow. Basically, what they're trying to do, they're trying
to
they have to
force
Eurovision. No, they're trying to force Eurovision to disqualify Israel.
Because I thought, okay,
same as they did with Russia.
For people to confirm.
No, they're trying to do is to Israel.
So everyone's invited right now. Everyone's invited.
As of this moment, there has been nothing saying that Israel is not doing nothing.
Extensive consultation is happening. This third paragraph, super clear, very concise. No beating around the bush. This is the most explicit statement that we've had from any of the 4 countries so far who are threatening to withdraw.
This might get the ball rolling though, because now other countries that may not have had the guts to do something like this that we're considering now see that the first one did it. Now it's gonna be a slippery slope.
And also good that they're bringing up specific reasons.
Ireland?
The appalling loss of lives in Gaza.
Well, you guys said on Discord Netherlands, so maybe Netherlands is the second ball that
killing of journalists in Gaza. In case you weren't aware, there's been a gigantic death toll of journalists. If you're a journalist in Gaza, you're going to be targeted. And also the denial of access of international jurists into the territory. So they won't let people report on what's happening because they're trying to cover up all of these illegal things that they're doing. So this is a wonderful statement from RT. I'm super proud. I've been so critical of RT on this channel. No criticism here. This is really, I'm super proud of them. This is strong.
Would you say the
really
population of Ireland is small?
Yes.
I think that's a testament because they've been a country for a long, many years. They've been through a lot, and yet they're still existing. So maybe they can see and understand the issue in the perspective of the Palestinians, you know?
Maybe.
Because when we did the languages, remember we were shocked how you know, the Celtics was such a long-standing language.
Very, very traditional.
Traditional.
Principles. Fabulous. And if we get more of these statements, it's going to be harder and harder for EBU to defend keeping Israel in the contest. And despite the fact that Ireland have had bad results in the contest recently, we're still joint holders of the record for the most wins ever, tied with Sweden. And I think that does hold some weight as well. It's something that a lot of commentators talk about at the start of the show. We've been in the contest pretty much every single year since we joined in 1965. So although our population is smaller, I do think that this holds some weight. Let's go to the next country threatening to leave, and that is Spain. So this one is a little bit different. We have a quote from Ernest Urtasun, who I believe is the Minister of Culture. He said, participating in Eurovision is a decision of RTVE, but if we don't manage to expel Israel, measures will have to be taken. So the Minister of Culture from Sumar has emphasized on La Hora TVE that we cannot normalize Israel's participation in international forums as if nothing were happening. So this is a little bit different from Ireland. This is not coming from the Spanish broadcaster RTVE. This is the Minister for Culture saying he thinks that Spain should not participate if Israel is there, but we haven't had that officially confirmed from the Spanish broadcaster yet. Keep in mind that the head of the EBU reference group is Ana Maria Bordas. She's just been elected into that position. She used to be the Spanish head of delegation working with RTV. Now she's head of the reference group, so she will definitely know what's going on. And this is definitely something that she's discussing.
Why they decided to make this statement as if she couldn't make the statement for the broadcasting. Because
maybe she doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a good setup. I think maybe they could have had this conversation privately, saying, "Hey,
maybe he's trying to strong arm her."
Yeah, that's what it seems like. So I don't know if Spain is truly on this list.
What RTV have shared is some updated details about Benidorm Fest 2026.
I'm Mindy, and I'm a meathead.
Going to be revealed around October. Songs will be released before Christmas present. Benidorm Fest 2026 songs. Rehearsals are open to the public, which is very interesting. So when does that mean? Is it going to be like a family show or a dress rehearsal that you can buy tickets to?
But this is basically a confirmation.
Wait, what is this?
RTVE from Spain basically saying that this is confirmation they're competing. They're saying artists revealed around October, songs released before Christmas.
They never
so
said
they're
they were not.
Go ahead.
They never said they were not. They never said anything. That's why I said the guy shouldn't have made this statement so prematurely.
Or maybe they're just holding Benidorm Fest, but doesn't mean the winner is going to Eurovision. It just means that they're holding their local tournament just for the tradition of it. Doesn't mean we're going to send them to Eurovision. That could be the case, yeah.
Finally, the most pertinent one, Benidorm Fest will take place regardless of Eurovision 2026 participation. So this is the closest thing we've had to an acknowledgement from RTVE. Basically, what they're saying is Benidorm Fest is going to become a standalone music festival separate from Eurovision.
Yeah.
We see this with a lot of national panels. Festival of Cungas, San Remo, obviously.
It wasn't always like that, though, not for Spain.
Well, Italy was the first, and that's when the Eurovision was developed. Yeah, I think other countries developed the fest to join Eurovision, but even if you don't join Eurovision, why not hold a strong competition? Of course,
does Eurovision have like a little, like a percentage of the fest?
Okay, so like Lithuanian competition, for example, is called Eurovision LT, so it just means Eurovision LT, like Lithuania, right?
Is it licensed?
So in Lithuania, I think it's licensed. I think they would have to, go to Eurovision otherwise, or pay some sort of fee. Spain, because they're using the branding. Spain, Benidorm Fest, nothing to do with Eurovision. Sweden, Melfest, Melody Festival, and nothing to do with Eurovision. Greece, Ethnikos Telikos, nothing to do with Eurovision. Well, Lithuanians are not creative. I don't know.
It is a song festival. Estilau, Melody Festival. These contests are national music festivals, which just so happen to also be the song selection for Eurovision. That's why, for example, in 2020, after the contest was cancelled, these countries still held their national finals in 2021 and didn't automatically select the winner from 2020 because this is an important part of their TV schedule. So I really, really like that Spain is doing a similar thing, and I think this is really showing that Benidorm Fest is successful.
As a country, you still get to have fun and enjoy, the art, the music, the whole spectacle, with not having to, go and support Eurovision. You can still do your country proud and have fun independently.
And it's going to be an annual tradition that goes on for a long, long time, which I love because I think Benidorm Fest has been one of the most successful reboots of a national film that we've seen in recent years. So still waiting though on an official stance from RTV, but it's looking like they are similar to Ireland in that they will be looking to a draw if Israel's still in the contest. And obviously this holds a lot more weight because Spain is one of the big five. It's the smallest of the big five, but it's still a big five. One of the biggest financial contributions to the contest, also in terms of population, one of the biggest countries as well, which is important for viewing figures and obviously selling the contest to sponsors. X amount of people are going to be watching it. Okay, another country who are threatening to leave is Iceland. The Director General of RUV, I don't want to have to try and pronounce that, says that if the EBU decides that Israel will be allowed to take part in next year's Eurovision, it is possible that Iceland will withdraw from the contest. So slightly less conclusive language here. The EBU's decision will be clear when the consultation process with other European broadcasters concludes.
Yeah, they're not saying anything. This basically is a non-statement here.
At the end of the year, that meeting
might withdraw, they might not. Like, who knows?
Director of RD,
what we already knew.
This morning, I think it's likely that if there's no change in the EBU's position and it does not respond to these voices of concern coming from us, from Spain and Slovenia and others, then that will call for reactions from these broadcasters. But let's just wait and see. As things stand, Iceland is scheduled to take part in Eurovision and RUV will hold samkeppni to select Iceland's entry. However, participation in Eurovision is conditional on a satisfactory outcome in the EBU's consultation process. So a little bit similar thing. I think samkeppni is saying that are going to happen regardless of Eurovision participation, which is a good thing to have. You have these regular song festivals in your schedule. The prize is going to Eurovision, but I don't think that these national finals should just disappear if you're not participating in Eurovision. And of course, this news about Ireland, Spain and Iceland is in addition to the news I covered in my last episode about Slovenia. Slovenia, slightly more strongly worded. I would say that Ireland and Slovenia have the most strongly worded statements, and then Spain and Iceland still a little bit of a grey area, but it does seem like these four countries are united in not wanting to participate if Israel is present. Okay, we've also got some news here from Gabe giving us the scoop from behind the scenes. According to a source with insight into the situation, in addition to Ireland and Slovenia, there are at least 5 other broadcasters considering taking the same step. There's concern in the EBU that 2 semifinals
What's interesting to me is like, why is Eurovision hell-bent on keeping Israel? It's like, okay, there's so much conversation about it. It's like, okay, clearly it's a drama. Just drop them.
Yeah, but the sponsor, if it has ties to Israel,
keep the sponsor. Drop the Israel. They're not complaining about the sponsor. They're complaining about Israel.
No,
keep the sponsor.
But maybe the sponsor will pull out if you pull out Israel.
Contact Coca-Cola. They will sponsor. I don't know. Like, come on. Like, there's so much drama about. Like, nobody wants them there. Then why keep them there? Like, it's. I don't get it.
Not be possible. In addition to Ireland and Slovenia, there are at least 5 of the broadcasters. So
don't you think that all the countries making this kind of decision will kind of show how Europa feels about this in general? Like, they truly care about this? Because
well,
there were situations like in Germany, like big countries like Germany was still taking gas from Russia. Because the people still needed their oil to keep their
I'm sure they'll still buy weapons from Israel.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, do people really feel it is problematic, or it's just like
this is the dog and pony show?
Justice warriors, they're doing it for face. Because
this is what
for face it looks like it's bad, but for their pockets is good.
That's exactly what it is. They're just doing it for face. They're not truly doing it to do it.
So I would assume then that Spain and Iceland are 2 of them. I would guess Belgium as well. Now, I'm not sure if Gabe is counting Belgium as 2 of them or 1. Keep in mind there's a Flemish broadcaster and a Wallonian broadcaster. This year, it's the turn of the...
What can you tell me about the Baron?
French-speaking broadcaster, RTBF. So I don't know if they unilaterally make a decision or if they need to talk to VRF. I believe they're in the same building. One of my Belgian patrons says that they actually work in the same building. So probably they're having a dialogue and they'll make a decision together. So Spain, Iceland, let's count Belgium as 1. I would guess Portugal as well, because Portugal's been very, very outspoken. And I know that they were definitely arguing for Israel to be banned in 2024. I believe that vote came to a tie. I think it was 3-3 or something like that.
The Eurovision should do to call everyone out. They say, let's do a blind vote.
Yeah.
Like how many people are actually in favor of not including Israel? To kind of get a feel, okay.
Makes sense.
What do people really feel, but with some privacy? Because I don't think no one wants to come out and say, oh, let's kick them out, or oh no, they can stay. I don't think most of the countries are willing to.
They don't have the guts.
I don't see that, because I've seen now this is gonna be my 3rd Eurovision, and it's the same topic. I'm like caught in the middle of this. If they feel that they shouldn't be there, then everything will be gone.
Well, as Skip says, no guts, no glory.
And then Netherlands, I would imagine as well. Obviously, still not happy about what happened
Netherlands,
in 2024. So that would be my guess. That's pure speculation.
We were talking and we were saying the more they delay in this, it's more difficult to look like why you're kicking them out now. Because the easier time to kick someone out from their party is when the problem started in the beginning. But to wait and delay, you look off, like suspicious.
About who those 5 broadcasters are. Netherlands, I believe, is the 6th largest contributor to the contest. If I understand correctly.
They are.
If that's right or wrong, tell me down below. But that would obviously be pretty big if they withdrew as well. And we know that they have threatened to withdraw in the past. It was confirmed quite late last year that they would even participate. Remember, Netherlands were threatening to withdraw.
I've seen
we know that that's
they
something
don't
that they're
give a
willing.
damn. They really say what's on their mind. Ireland too. I've seen that they really say what's on their mind. But there's other countries I feel like they do face. They're like,
to consider.
They say yes, but we no.
And coming to this point about semi-final size, obviously Spain aren't in the semis, so that wouldn't count. Last year we had 31 countries in the semi-finals. If we had the same countries as last year but lost Ireland, Slovenia and Iceland, that would bring us down to 28. So we're looking at this situation here where we've got 2 semi-finals of 14 countries. I think that's really pushing the limits of legitimacy. I think you could get away with 14 semi-finals. I think when you're getting down to 13 in each semi-final and especially 12, I think it starts to look really ridiculous. To hold a 2.5 hour show with 12 songs just to eliminate 2 of them. So you're holding a 2-hour show to eliminate 6 minutes of television in the final. It just starts to get a little bit ridiculous. In total, eliminating 4 songs.
That's an interesting conversation. I didn't even think about it. But like, this is a conversation to have. Like if, let's say, 6 people drop out, so each final becomes, you only, at the end of the day, then from the final you only eliminate 2 people. It's kind of crazy.
It's not gonna be a show.
That's like, there's barely a competition. Like he really like it's imagine how bad you must be to like get eliminated too. That's like
that's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. Yeah, didn't even think about it. That actually might be the reason why they remove Israel, for this reason, because this would change everything, planning everything. This would be really bad.
Which is 12 minutes. It looks a little bit spiteful. Plus, having a participation number of 30, this would be the lowest number for over 20 years. I think this looks optically.
Because
opposite of us of what?
Like, okay, let's say you do decide to boo Israel, but there's countries who do stand by them.
No, that wouldn't happen.
You don't think so?
I haven't seen a country stand behind Israel except for the United States.
Terrible for the EU. If we get down to 28, it's getting into farce territory. I think at that point they'd have to cancel the semi-finals and just have a big final. And then it's like, why are people jumping through these incredible hoops to keep in Israel? Putting the contest in absolute and utter jeopardy. So the semi-final dates have been announced. There's obviously a lot of revenue that comes in from selling all those tickets and all the television rights. I don't think the EB can get rid of the semi-finals. This is important because Iceland threatened to withdraw doesn't really carry much weight in terms of their population. It's only 360,000 people. But when you look at these participation numbers and the semi-finals getting smaller and smaller, that's where these smaller countries cumulatively, potentially with the addition of Portugal, Belgium and Netherlands, who are a little bit bigger as well, this is where it starts to carry more weight. Okay, let's have a look and see what the EBU have said so far. So Martin Green, who is the director of the Eurovision Song Contest, has released a statement. He was speaking to Danish broadcaster DR, and he said, "We understand the concerns and deeply held views around the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. We're still consulting with all EBU members to gather views on how we manage participation and geopolitical tensions around the Eurovision Song Contest. Broadcasters have until mid-December to confirm if they wish to take part in next year's event in Vienna. It is up to each member to decide if they want to take part in the contest, and we would respect any decision broadcasters make." So I saw a lot of people online saying that this is a bit of a nothing burger statement. Like, this is a normal statement to me. He's hardly going to come out and say, "Hey bitches, Israel is banned, lol." Like, this statement is basically just saying this is an acknowledgement that we know that this is going on. This is the process that's happening. This is much more communication than we used to get. Keep in mind, a couple of seasons ago, stuff like this happened. We would get no.
If you misplaced your card, slide to the right and
communication whatsoever. And now we're getting these regular statements from Martin Green. I like this. It just shows that they're thinking about it and they're aware of the problem, as opposed to us thinking, do they even know that this is happening? Like, or are they on summer holidays on a beach somewhere? I also think the point of a quote like this is keep in mind that all of us are kind of chronically online with Eurovision. I think there are other news stations who don't know as much about the situation, and this is a nice, concise quote for them to kind of sum up everything that's going on. So don't expect Martin Green to be coming up with these big bam statements. This is just acknowledging the situation and maintaining communication. So what are my thoughts on this? I think that Israel absolutely needs to be removed from the contest. I think they've brought it into disrepute in many, many different ways. I think they're abusing the contest to whitewash what they're doing illegally. And I think it's very clear that they should not be in the contest right now. I think if Israel actually loved the contest, I think they would have stepped back voluntarily. But I think they're completely
I don't think they said love the contest or not. I think it's ego. They're doing this for the ego. That's the only thing.
Especially when you tell people, "Oh, you can't be here. I'm gonna especially be here." You know.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
For PSYOP PR, and they're absolutely willing to drag it into the flames with them. So really sad to see. It's basically impossible at this point that we get out of this situation with at least one withdrawal. Theoretically, if Israel is banned in that meeting, we would probably expect Germany to withdraw. They've been the most vocal in their support. I don't know if any others would follow. We haven't seen anything official, even from Germany. This is just all speculation.
So I guess to answer your question, Germany would do that.
Really? I need to see that because Germany has said a lot of things. I need to see it.
Go to some other news, and unfortunately, we've got some sad news from Albania. The head of RTSH,
I don't
the
believe it
Albanian
until
broadcaster.
you do it. I have this. People pledge. I don't take pledge. I need
pledges and pencil.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
has
it's
admitted
pencil.
that they are prioritizing paying debts to the EBU in order to maintain Albania's Eurovision participant status. So let's check out the full story from Balkan Insight. They're struggling with catastrophic debts. That is, catastrophic is not a good word when talking about debts. So apparently there's been delays in them paying journalists, authors, and moderators. And it sounds like right now they're trying to pay people that haven't been paid since January 2024. So it seems like this has been an issue that's
January
just kind of been swept under the carpet and it's kind of cumulatively built up. They're also looking at facing international courts for non-payment of contracts with foreigners. She added the board of management will soon review the company's inside debt, and the finance department is expected to make a decision. In April, Vasily took over as director general of the broadcaster, which is in dire financial straits and burdened with lawsuits stemming from the abrupt firing of some 150 employees by her predecessor, the former politician Alfred Peza. According to the board of directors, the broadcaster is €6 million in debt. And unfair dismissal cases stemming from Peza's firing spree alone have cost it 1.8 million. So it sounds like this guy Alfred went absolutely crazy, fired a bunch of people. They all sued, won 1.8 million, and now the broadcaster is 6 million in debt total. This is somewhat comparable to the situation with the Bosnian broadcaster. I believe their debt's even bigger. I think it's 9 or 10 million, although they've just won a court case to get back some of the revenue that they're owed. The Albanian broadcaster seems to be in real trouble. So if this debt continues, we've seen what the EBU did with Bosnia, where they were not allowed to participate. It looks like the same thing could happen to Albania. This is not just Eurovision, by the way. This is Albania being in the EBU at all. So that's rights for other things as well, sporting events, etc. So I wonder, will they need a bailout from the government or what's happening? But
imagine for all those people that worked and not getting paid for their labor for since January 2024, a year and a half. You have to find another job. I don't know. You're not gonna work for free.
People are upset. I'm surprised they haven't rioted.
That's crazy.
This is not looking good for Albania. Again, coming back to that semi-final thing, if we lose Albania, that's another country gone. The semi-finals are getting smaller and smaller. Okay, we have news about San Marino, and that is that they are in the contest. After initial uncertainty regarding their participation, SMRTV has confirmed San Marino will send an entry to Eurovision 2026. They've also renewed the national panel until 2028. Not necessarily confirming until then, but that does imply that. They've also got a new head of delegation, Media Evolution CEO Denny Montizi, who I've never heard of. And final bit of news from so much San Marino news today. They've changed the name of the national panel to Dreaming San Marino, which I believe has a connection with the name of their Junior Eurovision selection national final. So that's cool. It's no longer called Una Voce per San Marino, it's Dreaming San Marino. So I think that's a nice, shorter new title. We also have news from Austria's national final. It's going to be called Wer singt für Österreich? Who's going to sing for Austria? It'll be held on the 20th of February, 2026, and there's going to be 12 artists competing. So 12 artists in the final is quite a lot.
Oh, no, but Austria has never, well, I don't want to say never. In recent years, Austria has just sent in the video. They're actually having a national final. Well, that's cool.
Same as Melody Festival. Submissions are open now and will close on the 15th of October. Keep in mind, last time that Austria hosted, they also had a national final and the Make Makes won, and then they got 0 points in the final. Although they did get points, I think they got jury points. That was 2015, before televote and jury were separately announced.
So what, they only host the national selection when they win, huh?
Yeah.
News from the BBC, and that is that.
I understand that.
Phone voting will no
That's
longer
shady.
be used by the BBC at all. This is not just for Eurovision, this is at all. So that means that next year there'll only be online voting for the British televote. So that'll be interesting to see, does that change the demographics who are voting? Does it also mean that there'll be extra security in terms of identification of who's voting as well? Okay, that's all for Eurovision news today.
Okay.
That removing phone voting is pretty good for security, because you could just get phone cards and vote. If you had different credit cards now on BBC, if they ask you to verify your identity, that's it. One person can only vote once. That's good. Goodbye, BBC.
Can I see the comments?
Avotros has just released that the Netherlands will not participate with Israel. Yes, so the Netherlands, yeah. I really wish SVT would follow the example. I don't know SVT, what color that is. Swedish? I don't know. I'm so happy.
Click it.
SVC is also fighting, winning, but
No
Melfest, yes, Sweden.
Ah.
Yeah. So happy that RTE came out with such a strong statement. I was expecting something much more vague, but this was abundantly clear.
Yeah, that tastes good.
They got the ball rolling. Kudos to Israel.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and share as much kindness as possible.